Babylon will be captured. Announce and proclaim among the nations. Lift up a banner and proclaim it. Her images will be put to shame and her idols filled with terror. A nation, the north, will attack her. No one will live in it. In those days, at that time, declares the Lord, the people of Israel and the people of Judah together will go in tears to seek the Lord their God. They will ask the way to Zion and turn their faces towards it. They will come and bind themselves to the Lord in an everlasting covenant that will not be forgotten. My people have been lost sheep. Their shepherds have led them astray and caused them to roam on the mountains. Whoever found them devoured them. Their enemies said, we are not guilty, for they sinned against the Lord, their verdant pasture, the Lord, the hope of their ancestors. Flee out of Babylon, leave the land of the Babylonians. For I will stir up and bring against Babylon an alliance of great nations from the land of the north, and from the north she will be captured. So Babylonia will be plundered. All who plunder her will have their fill, declares the Lord. Take up your positions around Babylon. Shoot at her. Spare no arrows, for she has sinned against the Lord. Shout against her on every side. Since this is the vengeance of the Lord, take vengeance on her. Do to her as she has done to others. Because of the sword of the oppressor, let everyone return to their own people. Let everyone flee to their own land. Israel is a scattered flock that lions have chased away. The first to devour them was the king of Assyria. The last to crush their bones was Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon. Therefore, this is what the Lord Almighty, the God of Israel, says. I will punish the king of Babylon and his land, but I will bring Israel back to their own pasture. Their appetite will be satisfied. In those days, at that time, declares the Lord, search will be made for Israel's guilt, but there will be none, and for the sins of Judah, but none will be found. For I will forgive the remnant I spare. Pursue, kill, and completely destroy them, declares the Lord. Do everything I have commanded you. The noise of battle is in the land, the noise of great destruction. How shattered and broken is the hammer of the whole earth. How desolate is Babylon. I set a trap for you, Babylon, and you were caught before you knew it. You were found and captured because you opposed the Lord. Completely destroy her and leave her no remnant. Woe to them, for their day has come, the time for them to be punished. Listen to the fugitives and refugees from Babylon declaring in Zion how the Lord our God has taken vengeance for his temple. Summon archers against Babylon. Encamp all around her. Repay her for her deeds. Do to her as she has done, for she has defied the Lord, the Holy One of Israel. Therefore, her young men will fall in the streets. All her soldiers will be silenced in that day, declares the Lord. See, I am against you, you arrogant one, declares the Lord Almighty. For your day has come, the time for you to be punished. The arrogant one will stumble and fall, and no one will help her up. I will kindle a fire in her towns that will consume all who are around her. This is what the Lord Almighty says. The people of Israel are oppressed, and the people of Judah as well. All their captors hold them fast, refusing to let them go. Yet their Redeemer is strong. The Lord Almighty is his name. He will vigorously defend their cause, so that he may bring rest to their land, but unrest to those who live in Babylon. A sword against the Babylonians, declares the Lord. Against those who live in Babylon, and against her officials and wise men, a sword against her false prophets, they will become fools. A sword against her warriors, they will be filled with terror. A sword against her horses and chariots, and all the foreigners in her ranks, they will become weaklings. A sword against her treasures, they will be plundered. A drought on her waters, they will dry up, for it is a land of idols that will go mad with terror. So desert creatures and hyenas will live there. It will never be inhabited. It will never again be inhabited. As I overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah, along with their neighboring towns, declares the Lord, so no one will live there. No people will dwell in it. Look, an army from the north, a great nation. Many kings are being stirred up from the ends of the earth. They are cruel and without mercy. They sound like the roaring sea. They come like men in battle formation to attack you, daughter Babylon. The king of Babylon has heard reports about them, and his hands hang limp. Anguish has gripped him, pain like that of a woman in labor. Therefore, hear what the Lord has planned against Babylon, what he has purposed against the land of the Babylonians. At the sound of Babylon's capture, the earth will tremble. Its cry will resound among the nations. This is what the Lord says. See, I will stir up the spirit of a destroyer. I will send foreigners to Babylon to winnow her and to devastate her land. They will oppose her on every side in the day of her disaster. Do not spare her young men. Completely destroy her army. They will fall down slain in Babylon, fatally wounded in her streets. Flee from Babylon. Run for your lives. Do not be destroyed because of her sins. It is time for the Lord's vengeance. He will repay her for what she does. He will repay her what she deserves. Babylon was a gold cup in the Lord's hand. She made the whole earth drunk. The nations drank her wine. Therefore, they have now gone mad. Babylon will suddenly fall and be broken. Wail over her. Get balm for her pain. Perhaps she can be healed, but she cannot be healed, for her judgment reaches to the skies. It rises as high as the heavens. The Lord has vindicated us. Come, Zion, let us tell what the Lord our God has done. The Lord stirred up the king of Medes. The Lord has stirred up the king of Medes because his purpose is to destroy Babylon. The Lord will take vengeance for his temple, his people, Israel. That's his temple. Lift up a banner against the walls of Babylon. The Lord will carry out his purpose, his decree against the people of Babylon. You who live by many waters and are rich in treasures, your end has come, the time for you to be destroyed. The Lord Almighty has sworn by himself, I will surely fill you with troops, as with a swarm of locusts, and they will shout in triumph over you. Before your eyes I will repay Babylon, and all who live in Babylonia for all the wrong they have done in Zion, declares the Lord. I will stretch out my hand against you. I am against you, you destroying mountain, you who destroy the whole earth, declares the Lord. Lift up a banner in the land. Blow the trumpet among the nations. Pause real quick. What is our national anthem? The Star Spangled what? Let's continue. Prepare the nations for battle against her. Send up horses like a swarm of locusts. Prepare the nations for battle against her. The land trembles and writhes, for the Lord's purpose against Babylon stand, to lay waste the land of Babylon, so that no one will live there. Babylon's warriors have stopped fighting. They remain in their strongholds. Their strength is exhausted. They have become weaklings. Her dwellings are set on fire. The bars of her gates are broken. That his entire city is captured. This is what the Lord Almighty, the God of Israel, says. Daughter Babylon is like a threshing floor. At the time it is trampled. The time to harvest her will soon come. Therefore, this is what the Lord says. See, I will defend your cause and avenge you. I will dry up her sea and make her springs dry. Babylon will be a heap of ruins, a haunt of jackals, an object of horror and scorn. A place where no one lives, declares the Lord. I will bring them down like lambs to the slaughter, like rams and goats. How desolate Babylon will be among the nations. The sea will rise over Babylon. Its roaring waves will cover her. Her towns will be desolate, a dry and desert land. A land where no one lives, through which no one travels. Come out of her, my people. Run for your lives. Run from the fierce anger of the Lord. Do not lose heart or be afraid when rumors are heard in the land. One rumor comes this year, another the next. Rumors of violence in the land and of a ruler against ruler. For the time will surely come when I will punish the idols of Babylon. Her whole land will be disgraced, and her slain will all lie fallen within her. Then heaven and earth and all that is in them will shout for joy over Babylon. For out of the north destroyers will attack her, declares the Lord. Babylon will fall because of Israel's slain. Let me read that again. For out of the north destroyers will attack her, declares the Lord. Babylon will fall because of Israel's slain, just as the slain in all the earth have fallen because of Babylon. You who have escaped the sword, leave and do not linger. We are disgraced, for we have been insulted, because foreigners have entered the holy places of the Lord's house. But days are coming, declares the Lord, when I will punish her idols, and throughout her land the wounded will groan. Even if Babylon ascends to the heavens, I will send destroyers against her, declares the Lord, like the Tower of Babel. I think Genesis 11. The sound of a